Mariners win 8-4. They improve to 11-10 on the season, and they have split the first two games of the three-game set against the Toronto Blue Jays. Go over the scoring plays. First inning, Anthony Santander singles home Vladdy Jr. 1-0. But in the fifth, Cal Raleigh, big dumper, doubles to right to score. J.P. Crawford and Ben Williamson to make it 2-1. Fifth inning, Alejandro Kirk singles to left off of Andres Jimenez to make it 2-2. Sixth inning, Bo Bichette singles to right on a broken bat single, scores Ernie Clement. It is 3-2. But in the seventh inning, congratulations to Ben Williamson, a homer to left, his first in the majors, ties the game at 3-3. And then not a whole lot happens. Well, a lot happens, but none of it scoring plays. Excuse me. In the 12th inning, with the bases loaded, Randy Arozarena, singles to right to score J.P. Crawford. And with the bases loaded, Rowdy Tellez hits a grand slam, absolutely shellacked 430 feet, score three runners and him. It makes it 8-3. Blue Jays do get one on an RBI fielder's choice to third to Ben Williamson to score Anthony Santander, but the Mariners get the win. Oh, that was, they've played some baseball games this year, folks. They have played some baseball games this year. For those of you new to the channel, and thank you so much for coming to check it out. My name is Chris Crawford. I really appreciate the support. What we do is we start off with the negatives and wins, and then we build to the positives. And there are some negatives from this game. The offense wasn't very good for a large portion of it. And the first 5 innings, it was goodness awful. Goodness awful. It stunk. It bounced back, but it was really bad over those first 5 innings. And look, Julio gets the day off, comes in later. That top of the lineup doesn't look so good when you don't have Julio there. All due respect to Miles Mastrobuoni, who serves a purpose on a roster. That is your leadoff hitter is woof. 11 strikeouts today. Are there any negatives with the pitching today? Colin Snyder gave up a run in his inning in the third, but it was a broken bat single. Maybe there aren't as many negatives as I thought. Just maybe blown chances, because you had plenty of runners today. You got 10 hits, I believe. 10 hits. You drew 8 walks. Probably shouldn't have had the game go into extra innings, if we're being honest. Now, some of those hits came in extra innings, but that's my one complaint. This game should have been won a long time ago. Now, the Blue Jays are probably arguing the same thing. They are probably saying exactly what we're saying, that this is a game that we should have won, but you didn't. And thank goodness, because we'll talk about how big this win is, in my humble estimation. Speaking of good, Simply Seattle. Simply Seattle isn't good. It's great. And it has the very best in Seattle sports gear. Use code MOLLYWOP15 to save 15% off your order. MOLLYWHOP15. Link in the description. Great stuff for the Mariners. But the Seahawks, the Kraken, Supersonics, Storm, Sounders, you can find it all at simplyseattle.com. MOLLYWHOP15. Enter that code at checkout. It takes that 15% off. It's a great deal from great people. Thank you so much, Simply Seattle. Okay, it's easy to forget Logan Gilbert, and because he was only in the game for, what would 4 2/3 of 12 innings be? Something like 40% of it. He was really good today. Now, he gave up 7 hits, but that swing and miss stuff was readily apparent. And I like that Dan Wilson gave him that chance to get that final out in the 5th. You know, you could argue that he might have been cooked. I don't mind him going for one more out. It meant a lot to Gilbert, I think, to give him that chance. And that's important. That didn't work out. Fortunately, it didn't cost him the game. But it didn't work out. I still was super impressed with what I saw from Logan Gilbert. Maybe a little more efficiency. We'd like to see Logan Gilbert going deeper into games than 5 innings. You know, and he doesn't even get you 5 innings today. But the stuff is so obvious. He has as good of stuff as any pitcher in baseball. Yeah, I'm including the Paul Skeens. I'm including the Tariq Skubals. I'm including a lot of relievers. His stuff competes or beats anybody. So, yeah, a little more efficiency would be nice, but I can't complain. He looked excellent today. Um, Bullpen, nice job. They just give up the one run. It wasn't always pretty, but Carlos Vargas battles out of a situation. Casey Lugamina has really impressed me. It's a small sample size, and I'm, again, not expecting him to be a high leverage guy, but I think he's done the job and then some. Eduardo Bizardo, there are some bad moments, but he did an excellent job in his inning today. Andres Munoz, man, facing that top of that lineup and getting through it. He's just filthy. He is just a filthy, filthy, filthy pitcher. Has a chance to be the best closer in baseball someday. He's not there yet. He's as good as any right now because his ERA is 0.0, but he's not there yet. He needs to have better command before I call him the best. Offensively, man, a bunch of really good games today. Raleigh gets on 5 times and also really upset the Blue Jays for some reason. I don't know what the heck was going on there. I don't care. I think it's fun that the Mariners and Blue Jays have a little bit of a rivalry going. And I know the Blue Jays really don't like the Mariners, in part because you screwed the pooch and blew a beautiful chance to advance in the postseason. Beautiful chance, but you screwed it up really badly. Really, really badly. Otherwise, I love Canada. But he clearly made somebody mad. And boy, oh boy. He's been so good in Canada. He's been so good against Toronto as well, but a 5-reach game, an absolute stud. Cal Raleigh is an absolute stud. Luke Raley drawing the 3 walks. Some other not so great at bats, but if you draw 3 walks, I think you qualify as a good game. JP Crawford getting on a couple of times, scoring a couple of runs. Julio just 1 for 3, but I don't think you can overstate how big, well, maybe you could overstate it a little bit, how big his sacrifice fly, and it doesn't go down as a sacrifice fly, but advancing the runner to third there, because it completely changes how you pitch, right? If he doesn't get that runner over to third, to say you're not pitching around Luis Rivas is the understatement of understatements. You're not afraid of Luis Rivas. There's no reason to be afraid of Luis Rivas. But with a runner on third and his ability to make contact, you have to change how you pitch. So sure, it's an out, but it's, even though I hate the term productive outs more than almost any phrase in baseball, that counts as a productive out because it completely changes how you pitch him. Completely. Randy had a tough one today until huge hit. Huge. We should have probably saved him, but the talking point is going to be the Rowdy Tellez Grand Slam because, Grand Slams in the 12th inning do that. But right before that, Randy Arozarena comes up clutch again and just smoked. I think 107 mile per hour exit velocity on that play. Smoked that ball into right field to give them the lead. Smoked it. Oh, he's so clutch. You can tell me all you want that clutch doesn't exist. I've watched the Seattle Mariners too much to believe that. Randy Arozarena just gets it in big time situation. Huge. Ben Williamson. Boy, that homer was clobbered. So it's not a case of strength here. You can't hit a ball that far and say that there's no strength. The issue is the swing path in terms of hitting for power. But that was a massive homer. Tied the game at 3 in like the 7th inning, I believe. That's huge. And he had another hard hit ball too. Ben Williamson, and then defensively, he's just such a marked improvement over what they were getting at third. I've been nothing but impressed with Ben Williamson. Nothing but. And I had some folks who disagreed with me that he shouldn't be on the roster, and so far, so good. We'll see how it goes. But so far, so good. Defensively, I have no doubt he's going to be a great contributor for them. But the fact that he's given them anything with the offense has been awesome to see. And congrats. First homer to tie a game. Can't beat that. Well, you can, but you can't. It's very difficult. I've been nothing but impressed with Ben Williamson, long story short. And I really hope they were able to work out the deal with the dude to get him that baseball, because that should be his baseball. And then finally, Rowdy Tellez, man. And he was having a horrific baseball game. Now, he was fine defensively, but some horrific at-bats and results too. Now, the at-bat before, he comes up with the bases loaded, and if you want to say, well, he hit 109 miles per hour. Well, he hit it 109 miles per hour into the ground. And Rowdy Tellez is, if he's not the slowest player in baseball, it's up there. I'd love to see a Rowdy versus Ty France base race. But it wasn't good. He was on the pitch, but that's a baseball that should be driven. It should be driven. And if it's driven, we're not even talking about playing extra innings, right? But it hasn't happened. He hits into the bases loaded double play. But he comes up and he works a very good at bat. And they have to throw him a fastball. And if you have to throw Rowdy Tellez a fastball, good luck. You're going to win a lot of times, but you're not going to win every time. And boy, did Rowdy win that one. And it's just awesome to see. And look, he's homered in back-to-back games. I think he's homered in 3 of 4. He had a double that was almost a triple. He tried for a triple. He is making some hard contact. I still would be looking to upgrade at first base and then some. But it's awesome to see. I mean, that's so huge. The difference between a 4-3 game and an 8-3 game is, you guys aren't dummies. You know how big it is. Oh, and the big thing about this win here now is, no matter what happens tomorrow, and you're obviously hoping for a win tomorrow because of course you are, no matter what the result is, you have avoided the disaster of this road trip. 2-4, okay, and disaster is too strong of a term. You're used to me using too strong a term in these things, though. But you have a chance now with Luis Castillo on the mound, and, he's done a pretty good job of bouncing back when he's had bad starts, right? You have a chance now for the 4-2 road trip after that 5-1 homestand. I think that's massive. I think that's a really substantial thing. And instead of needing to win tomorrow just to get the 500 road trip, house money may be too strong, but you're playing with it's less pressure. It's less pressure. And of course, if you want to argue that with 141 games to go, there is no pressure, great. But you feel a lot better about this road trip now, right? Now, even if you lose Sunday, and I hope they don't, obviously, it's a fine road trip. It's not ideal. And I know they have 3 more against Boston. So let's just talk about the week. At the very least, this is a good enough week. A good enough week. And if you win tomorrow, no matter even if you get swept by Boston, it's a good enough road trip. Now, will I still complain if that happens? You bet your sweet bippy I will. But getting this win and guaranteeing that you've avoided the disaster of a week, and I'm just going to keep using the term, it's great. It's superb. 11-10 after the 3-7 start. I'll take it. Wish they didn't start 3-7 because, hey, if you were playing a lot, you go 5-5 instead. Blah. You know how it works. Please hit like, please hit subscribe despite all that nonsense at the end. I'd really appreciate it. For those of you who will not watch tomorrow, I wish you a very happy Easter. I'll wish everyone a happy Easter tomorrow as well. Spend time with your loved ones. Easter's a tough day for me now. My mom really liked Easter. So it's a tough one. But yeah. Thank God for Rowdy Tellez today. That was wonderful.